Good afternoon, tribe. How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe video, and I hope you like this video. I mean, subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So this is gonna be my review of, excuse me, Chasing Dallas, season 1. I believe this is episode 6. Hope I'm right. Um, so this episode, it seems like this episode was a filler episode. I feel like they were setting us up for the event next week for the chicken and Hennessy event next week, which I still love that name. I love that name of the chicken and Hennessy. But it seems like a lot of things that were happening were giving us some background information on some of the beef if you didn't already catch it, or some stuff that might not have been clear, and then setting us up for the event next week to say, okay, a lot of this stuff is going to come to a head, so let me just get to it. So we start off, we finally get to see Wooda. We saw Wooda in that first episode for like 2 seconds. They showed us his ass. Let me tell y'all something. Wooda. Wooda. That booty. Whoo, Wooda. I'm mad that it took us all this time to see more of that booty. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so seriously though, Wooda, it was Wooda, Reese G, and B King. Well, at the gym, Wooda's a trainer, and if you don't remember his story from the beginning, a little bit of what they said, a little bit of what they've shared about B King. Sorry, not B King, about Buddha, was that he's a personal trainer, and he got into training. He was overweight, and he was in a relationship and felt like if he had lost some weight, that he would become the person that the guy he was dating wanted. Didn't work out that way, but he fell in love with working out. He fell in love with fitness. And so now he's a personal trainer. Sometimes God, that's how God be working sometimes, y'all. God has a great sense of humor, and maybe that was your passion all along and you had not tapped into it. And so that person was a vehicle for you to find your passion, even though it was not with him. Moving on. So we got a chance to see them. First, they did a little working out. And let me give a shout out to the Ring the Alarm. As most of you know who watch my channel, I am not the biggest Beyonce fan. I'm not really a Beyonce fan at all. But there are some songs by hers that I absolutely love, and Ring the Alarm is one of them. There are 3 songs by Beyonce that I don't give a fuck. I love. Ring the Alarm, Upgrade You, and Diva. Now, I don't own a Beyonce album, so there might be some other gems. But those 3 songs, love them. So anyway, so they were working out, they were doing their little lunges and everything. And then afterwards, they were having a little powwow, they were talking. And at one point, Buddha had to step out, so it was just Reese G and B King talking. And they were talking about their struggles with weight and just some of the different things. And B King was saying how he had gotten up to 260 at one point and was able to get himself down, and that when he hit certain goals, that he would have certain treats for himself. So like when he hit a certain goal, he got a tattoo, and then he said when he gets to another goal, he's going to get his nipple redone. And Reese was saying how he I didn't catch the whole thing, but what I got was that Reese has had some surgeries in the past. I don't know if it was liposuction or sculpting or things of that nature. I don't know all the language. But they were just talking about that. And, as someone who clearly struggles with weight, I get it. I get all of it. And, weight has always been a issue for me. And I've been really, really big. And I'm in the process now of, shedding some weight. So I get it and I understand, and definitely you could train me. I would show up just so I could just look at your body while we work out. Yep. Yep, I would. Anyway, I digress. This is why Wood ain't been on no episodes, because I can't stay focused. Anyway, um, also, Wooda does waist training. I mean, he has waist trainers on his website, just to drop it, woodally.com. And I might need to get me a waist trainer, because I ordered a waist trainer from another website. I'm not going to say the name. And I ordered the size that I thought I was. And I have clearly underestimated my size because it didn't fit And I was like, damn, how this size don't fit? Like, I'm a little embarrassed. So maybe if I order a waist trainer off of his website, maybe it'll be a little bit more true to size for me. Oh no. Anyway, I'll let y'all know if I decide to do that. But anyway, back to the look. All right, that's it. No more. I'm staying focused. So then we see them talking about, they're recapping things that happened over the season. Reese G is sort of bringing Wuda up to date on the different events and the different things that went down. And they were talking about Charles. And at first, Wuda was like, yeah, I don't know Charles. And then I was like, but don't Charles owe you money? Like, we have heard that Charles owe you some money. So, I'm about to be mad right now. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, hold on. There's a lot going on. Hold on. I gotta pause. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a lot going on. My phone was ringing. People was in my basement screaming. It's football season, and we ain't boycotting around here. So we got people watching the football game. The lighting didn't change. I had to turn the light on. All right, we back though. Sorry about that. But yeah, Wuda was talking about Charles owes him some money. So when they were like Charles, and he was like, I don't know Charles, but then he was like, oh, that Charles? Oh yeah, that Charles owed me some money. And what it sounds like, we already know about the Reese Charles situation. We already covered that. If y'all missed it, go back to my third video, because I think it was the third episode where they went over the Charles Reese piece. But to add to that, what it sounds like is that Charles is a part of a party planning group called, what they call themselves? Damn, I didn't write it down. Shoot. Anyway, but it's a group that they get together and they plan these parties. And what it sounds like is that Charles is a part of them, but maybe not like a principal part of this organization or this group. And he's putting parties together in their name, but maybe not necessarily under their umbrella. Because that first episode, that party we saw, wasn't really a lot of people there. It was a little empty. And that they had to change the venue in 3 days before the event, and a lot of stuff that will prevent an event from being successful. So then the situation with him and Wuda, sounds like that he invested $1,500 in an event, got $300 back, and he feels like Charles owes him the other $1,200. Now, here's what I'm not clear on, and maybe I can get some clarification. When Charles solicited the money from Wuda as an investment, was there a guarantee that he would get a return on his money? Or was it, you will get a part of the profit? Because here's the problem, and it's tricky, and it makes a difference, because when you invest in something, there's no guarantee you're going to get your money back unless that's what was stated in the contract. So when you gave Charles this money, did he use the language, I will give you, you give me the $1,500 now for this particular event, and I'll give you your $1,500 back when the event is over? Or did he say, I will give you your $1,500 out of the profits from the event? Because if the only profits was $300, then he fulfilled his contract. He don't owe you no money. But if he said, it's guaranteed, doesn't matter what I make off this party, I just need some capital up front to make the deposit on the venue and pay the DJ and all that stuff you have to do to have an event on the front end. If that's what the conversation was, then yeah, he owe you $1,200. He need to run you his money. But if he said, I'm going to pay you out the profit, all he has to say is, we only made a $300 profit and I paid you. I didn't even take no money for myself. I took care of you first. And that's the price of business, which it is. So that's what I need some clarification on. Charles might be getting a bad rap. Wuda might be running around town saying Charles owe him some money and he really don't. Or Charles is scamming on some shit. He need to run Wuda his 1,200 stacks. Well, it wouldn't be 1,200 stacks. It'd be 12 stacks because a stack is 100. Y'all know what I'm saying. So that's the clarification I need. Anyway, with that being said, so then we have another scene with King Kane and um Justin O'Keefe. Now, Justin O'Keefe, it seems like, let me tell you something. I have a lot of opinions about Mr. Justin O'Keefe. I've heard that name before. Don't know in what context I heard the name. I don't know if I heard that name in context of other situations with Chase in Dallas or through Instagram or whatever. I don't know. But first of all, let me tell you, Mr. Justin O'Keefe, I love your branding, boo. He had a Justin O'Keefe t-shirt on, and he had cups in the scene, strategically placed, so you would see Justin O'Keefe. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. Get it in. Do you. It sounds like King Kane and Justin did some business, and that they were both mutually happy about the business that they did with each other. And so they proceeded to have a conversation. It looked like Justin extended an opportunity to King Kane to style one of his clients who was doing a photo shoot, a woman. I think her first name was Anita, or it starts with an A. And she's a lawyer and a realtor. They came up with a name, a name, but she's, she's making moves in Dallas. She's making some big moves, and Justin sounds like he riding for her. And once, Kane the styler, Kane was like, I appreciate the opportunity. I'm there. Thank you so much. And it looks like they have a great mutual respect for each other and the hustle. So then they proceeded to have that conversation. And, Justin was saying, what I appreciate about you is you called me. You was about your business. You were like, how much is it going to cost? What's the deposit? I'm good. He said, and that's how I knew you was serious. And on the flip side, Kane said, well, I've been taken advantage of. I've had people take my, photographers take my deposit before and not deliver and things like that. He was like, I don't play no games. I'm about my business, and I understand that you got to pay people for their work. So they went on to talk about that. And let me tell y'all something. I was over here amen in that whole scene. I was like, yes, honey, yes. Let me tell y'all something what we need to stop doing. And I say we, I ain't making it a black-white issue. I'm saying if you guilty, then I'm talking about the we. You, because I said we, but I mean you, because I don't do this. I used to do it, though. I used to be guilty. I am no longer guilty. Stop asking for discounts for people's services. If they choose to extend a discount to you, then let it be their discount that they choose to extend. But when somebody does a service for you and that is their field, that is their area of expertise, do not insult them by asking for a discount. You don't go somewhere else asking for a discount. So you have to pay people what they owe you. Did I say that? Pay people what they owe you. That's not right. Pay people what you owe them. Especially in these independent contractor fields. Cosmetology, photography, interior design. Like things where people are living directly off of what they make. If they don't work, they don't get paid. Please, y'all, we got to stop. And a lot of people say it's a black thing. It ain't a black thing. It's a people thing. Because people always want to try to find something for nothing. And that's cool. Like I said, if somebody comes to you and says, look, this is my normal rate, but because we cool, this is what I'm going to charge you, that's cool. But when they give you their price, don't hit them with the, come on, bruh. What's my price? Your price is the price I just said. That happened to me this weekend. I have a good friend of mine who's a DJ. And whenever I know somebody that need a DJ, I always recommend him. But when people say, well, how much does he charge? I always say, you're going to have to talk to him about his rates. Why? Because he's not going to charge y'all what he charged me. And the reason why he charged me what he charged me is, one, because I bring him business. Not because we friends. Not because I've known him. I've known this person. We've known each other since elementary school. Since he wanted to be a DJ, he wanted to be the I'm the rapper, he's the DJ type DJ back in the day. Had a little rap group and shit. We've been friends since the knee-high to a grasshopper, okay? But when I need an event, DJ, I don't never ask him to give me a discount. I always like, what you charging me? This is the event, this is the day, how much is it going to be? Now, whatever he give me is what I pay him. I'll never ask him for nothing different. Now, he will give me a discount. Why? Because I probably didn't refer him, and he done probably book 3 or 4 gigs off of knowing me. But even with that, I don't never bring that up because I'm all about then helping the next person win. When you work, I'm happy for you. That's how you feed your kids. I love that. So we gotta stop that. So that's what they part of it. They were talking about that. And one the other thing I was amening them on, honey. Come on with the Sally Mae is a bitch. Come on with it. Let me tell y'all something about that bitch Sally Mae. First of all, they don't call her Sally Mae no more, but we know who you're talking about when you say Sally Mae. Let me tell you about that bitch. I'm looking for her name. Cause she like Beetlejuice. When you call her name, she just fucking show up. My phone gonna probably start ringing now, and it's gonna be her. Let me tell y'all about Sally Mae's ass. Sally Mae want me to pay her more than I pay my mortgage. I told that lady, I said, let me explain something to you. You gonna get some money every month, but you ain't gonna get that every month. Honey? Anyway, Sally Mae, that's a mean old trifling bitch. And if y'all don't know who I'm talking about when I say Sally Mae, that's a wonderful thing. Bless you. Bless you that you don't know who that bitch is. But I know her well. But anyway, it was a great scene. Last night, there was a great live with Reese G. And he was talking to different people. And one of the questions that came up was who should come back for season 2. I think y'all should. I mean, Justin might be booked and busy. But I think y'all should try to get Justin on their next season. I liked his conversation. I liked his flow. I liked what he brought to the table. I liked the conversation that him and Kane had. It was so valid and relatable. It was so much that I could relate to in that. Even another, I'm going off on a tangent, but it's only one scene left, so we good. Even another part of the conversation that they had, excuse me, when they were talking about talking white and why, when did, I'm an educator. I've said that a million times in my videos. So, and I've been in education for almost 20 years, and I've done many different jobs in the field of education. And one of the questions I always ask myself, or ask people, I ask my students, I ask other colleagues, things of that nature, I say, when did it become cool to be dumb? Like, when did that happen? When did the transition take place that it was cool for you to be the dumb kid? And that's what I don't understand it, and I will never understand that. And that is something that I have struggled with throughout my career, because I remember when being smart was cool. Now, not nerdy, and even that, I'm not going to go down that road, but even that's stupid. But as a kid, there was a difference between being smart and being a nerd. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so being smart was cool. It was never not cool to be smart. Not cool to be. Yeah. I just don't know when that transition took place. And as somebody who, I mean, obviously I've been in school, and someone who has been in education, so I've been in different school, and I've been in different schools, I've been in different counties, I've taught different places, I've been in administration, I've had different responsibilities outside of the classroom, so I've been in and around education. I don't know, Justin, I don't know. He said that people used to talk about that he talked white. I've heard that before. Now, I've never been accused of talking white, but I've heard people be accused of talking white, and I've always hated that term. What the fuck does that mean, talking white? What do you mean? White people are the only people that can use proper language? That's it? And he said his mother was an English teacher, so the expectation is that he would use proper grammar in the house. Let me tell you, one of the hardest things I deal with right now is not correcting my friend's grammar. When I'm talking to people and they say things that are inappropriate or are wrong, or they misconjugate a verb or something. Like, it's one thing if we laughing and we joking. I do it on my YouTube videos all the time. But in my professional world, my 9 to 5, yeah, there's a certain way I talk. And so, oh my gosh, it is so hard for me not to correct people grammar, because I correct children grammar all day. So it's hard for me when I get around adults not to do the same things. It's so hard for me. So I like Justin O'Keefe. I like what he's bringing to the table. He's a little cutie too. Bring him back. Are we gonna see him some more, Reese? I like Justin. Anyway, I have been off on that tangent long enough. This is a crazy video. I'm glad y'all just sticking there with me, y'all. Sticking there with me. But the last scene, we see Reese, Markel, and Wuda at the park. Yes, we see Wuda again twice in one episode. Wuda. And let me tell y'all how petty the cameraman was before I forget to say it. Why the cameraman was panning on Wuda's ass at the end of this episode. Like, I said, come on with the close up of the ass. But it's nice. It's a really nice ass, Wuda. But they were basically talking again. They were talking about now. This scene is where we start seeing Messy Reese with his receipts. Reese has receipts. One thing I can appreciate is a good receipt. I can appreciate somebody who got a whole lot to say but can back it up with the facts. And that's what it looks like is going on with Mr. Reese. He has the facts. And whatever people are saying about him with this whole Charles situation, somebody called Reese to basically spill all this tea on Charles and was talking about Charles was sleeping on futons and he didn't have nowhere to live and just a lot of stuff. And Reese's thing was the last time I went to Charles to try to let him know, give him some tea and let him know what was being said about him or what that other person wasn't shit or a scammer or whatever. It came back and bit me in the ass. He was like, so now what do I do with this information? Do I let Charles know that this person is out here telling all his business and spilling all this tea? Or do I keep it to myself? Because what I don't want to happen is for you to turn it back on me again. And Markel was like, can we all just get along? I don't understand. Can we all just get along? I don't understand why we can't just all get along. And Wuda just want his money. Woulda just want his $1,200. That's all he want. But Reese is really and I don't know if he's a target. I mean, just let's go behind the camera for a minute. I don't know if a lot of this is coming out or he's a target because he was a producer and on the show, and so people were kind of coming for him. I'm really not sure. I don't know if the whole Charles situation is that Charles is just a messy bitch. Some people just messy. I don't know. I don't know if because they were flirting and that situation didn't kind of pan out or it didn't really pan out that that Charles just kind of, it came out that Charles just, I don't know. I really don't know. But what I do know is Reese got receipts. So whatever, and it sounds like everything is going to be addressed at the party next week. So this whole Charles, Reese, Wuda, money, it sounds like all that's going to come to a head at the chicken and waffles party next week. It sounds like maybe there might be I don't know if Tony is going to be there, but they brought up Tony as well in the first scene. So, but it sounds like that there's going to be some resolution or some confrontation or something at the event next week. So that's why I said it felt like they are setting them up. They're setting it up for the event next week. So we're going to see how it all plays out. I personally, I just don't, why we gonna mess up a perfectly good event? Can I just have a 2-piece and a shot of Henny? Can I do that? Can I just have my 2 pieces and a shot of Henny? That's all I want. You hear that? That's football. That's football. All right, y'all. That's it. It was a long video. It was a lot to this video. I love y'all. I hope y'all stuck with it. I'm sorry. That's all I can say is I'm sorry. Talk to you later, y'all. Peace.